They've definitely given us a good way to start the conversation and a lot of food for thought. We're going to turn the floor over to Olcay Unver, who is representing today the Water Policy Group and is associated with the Arizona State University. Please, your floor is yours.
Thank you, Danny. Excellencies, colleagues, good morning. With appreciation of this consultation initiative by the President of the General Assembly, I would like to present today two potentially game-changing proposals, plus a third one as food for thought that Water Policy Group respectfully brings forward. The first one we call as listening to national water leaders. Water Policy Group, as a part of the commitment that it registered with the UN Water Action Agenda, undertook in 2021 a global survey of national water leaders from 88 countries to understand their personal views and not official government positions on the risks and challenges they faced in water management in their country, and specifically their views on the difficulties of meeting SDG 6 targets. This provided insight into the relative importance of the 5 accelerators of the SDG 6 Global Acceleration Framework and other key issues facing governments in the water objectives. The survey revealed governance was their biggest challenge, with financing being a close second. Water Policy Group offers to support the UN 2023 Water Conference by drawing on the collective experience and perspective of ministers and national water leaders with specific goal of contributing to the substance of Water Action Agenda and Water Action Decade and improving alignment between water and other public policy outcomes. The survey will seek the aggregated opinions and perspectives of all water ministers globally on the benefits of platforms like the proposed Water Action Agenda, how multilateral processes can help with achieving better water outcomes at the national level, relevant to the interactive dialogue team number 5, with a particular focus on science policy interfaces and a global level science initiative. Alignment between them and the ministers responsible for other sectors on how good water outcomes contribute to their public policy objectives, revealing their perception of the reasons for any misalignment, which is relevant to the interactive dialogue teams 1 through 4, and risks and challenges that impact on their work. Survey responses will be anonymous. They will be collated and reported at the global scale according to income category and, if useful, SDG region or level of water stress. The survey will be available in all 6 UN languages and is ready to be sent out this week, with results to be made progressively available during January and February next year. The second proposal is called mainstreaming water into sectoral UN conferences. So, secondly, to give life to the interactive dialogue teams and get right out of the water box, we should think about whether and how the UN 2023 Water Conference could call upon the UN General Assembly to authorize that all sectoral conferences of the United Nations include in their agendas an item about how improved water outcomes can contribute to their sectoral objectives and also how they can contribute to improved water outcomes. This would ensure cross-sectoral engagement on UN platforms with positive trickle-down effects on regional and national levels. Thirdly, and that's food for thought, we also need to think seriously as a global community how we can best support those countries that have the most to do to get on track for achieving their water-related goals. In many countries, the challenge lies at the policy level, with choices being made everywhere, every sector, about how water resources are allocated, water use and quality are regulated, and water services are funded. while every country needs to work out its own pathway for resolving these kinds of issues, Water Policy Group believes there could be real benefits for governments to have access to a comprehensive set of basic policy principles and strategies based on successful experiences globally. Water Policy Group thinks of this as policy scaffolding, supporting ministers in their difficult policy work. What kind of scaffolding can the multilateral system provide that would make it easier for ministers to advocate for necessary water reforms within their governmental processes and provide a starting point for the necessary work at the national level? So with this, thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Olcay, and you stayed exactly on time, so thank you so much for that. I think what I take away is the mechanism for identifying bottlenecks and finding out how we can actually support ministers in their job, but more importantly, how do we get non-water people to be champions for water? How do we get that discussion outside of our own box? So thank you for bringing those perspectives. We're going